Movie critics Chuck and Pam get to talk to all the fun people here on CI Living, and today Chuck Koplinski sits down with the director and two of the actors behind the new movie Everybody's Talking About Jamie. Take a look.
What a fun movie. What a fun, exuberant, energetic movie. I just loved it. And yeah, I read that this is like just a movie of firsts for everyone. Your first film directing, your first film acting.
Yeah.
I know you've directed the film on stage. What was the biggest challenge of translating it to the screen?
Not necessarily a challenge, but the kind of excitement is scale.
Sure.
You know, suddenly my imagination was allowed to fly in a different way, you know. This film is set in my hometown, so I knew it really well. I knew it intimately. I knew its vistas, you know, I knew its scale. But also because it's a piece that I wanted to be both real and fantastically fabulous, my imagination was allowed to kind of go, how fabulous can I make this, you know? And because those fabulous moments really occur in Jamie's imagination, in Jamie's mind, I was really allowed to just go the whole hog.
Go crazy, yeah.
But both scale in terms of vista and how big it could be, and how detailed and intimate film allows you to be, and that's what I loved, you know.
Now, Maxie, I read that you just sent in an audition tape, and you got the part. I mean, what prompted you to do this? Was it a dare? Was it too much beer that night? I mean, what happened there?
No, my friend, my good friend who I went to school with, Lydia, she sort of forced me to do it. Not forced, encouraged me to do it.
Go.
And yeah, because I was like, oh no, it's too big. It's too much of a challenge. And she was like, just do it. And so I sort of owe her everything, I guess, because this happened.
Sometimes things work out, right?
Yeah.
And then Lauren is the same thing. I mean, you know, just out of the blue. And I read that you got the part, and there was only 3 weeks before the production started.
It was like I got the job in 20 days, and then a month later I was doing my first day on set with you and Richard E. Grant.
Yeah.
And I just finished. I was like 17. And I was terrified, but really fun. Yeah. And now I'm here in Chicago promoting the movie.
Exactly. Dreams do come true. Even if you didn't know you had them.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned Mr. Grant. I was wondering if you could speak about, I mean, screen veteran, stage veteran. I mean, this guy. What did you pick up from him? How was it working with him?
It was amazing. It was so good. I literally couldn't ask for anyone better to be like my first day on set with, although incredibly terrifying and full of pressure when you're told your first day is with an Oscar-nominated actor. You go, okay, well, it's my first one. And I suppose the thing I learned from him is to not take myself too seriously and enjoy the job and relax, and he never made me feel any less than because it was my first job. But what Richard is so beautiful at doing is listening and being generous. I always say is because he's an amazing human being, he's an amazing actor, because I mean, I hope you can see in the film like we had such a strong relationship and continue to do so outside of the film because he was so encouraging. And
that was beautiful to observe. You know, our first day of filming, first 3 days of filming were Max and Richard together, and just to watch how Richard looked after Max in the most beautiful way and not patronising way at all. He just gave himself fully to Max. He listened, he encouraged, but through the character, actually, mostly through the character, mostly just paying attention, looking after him. It was just the most beautiful thing to watch.
Now, I know this is based on a true story.
Yes.
Jamie, did you contact him? Did you talk to him? I mean, what was that process?
I got to, I was in Sheffield, which is where the film is set and where we shot the film, doing a few weeks rehearsal before we started, and Jamie Campbell was also doing a drag show in Sheffield with his drag persona Fifi LaTrue. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then the producer of the film was like, oh, Jamie's here in Sheffield, you're going to go and meet him? And I was like, oh, I am. Okay. And that was, again, a moment that felt like pressure and a moment that was completely alleviated when we were thrown in a room together and we looked at each other and we were like, oh, okay, this makes sense now.
When we first created the piece, though, Dan Gillespie-Sells, Tom McRae and myself didn't talk to Jamie at the very beginning because we wanted to be inspired by his story but not constricted by his story. So Jamie Campbell does not have a friend called Pretty Passion. So that was an invention of ours, and in some ways it allowed us, our imaginations, to fly in a different way, and also we thought, in a way of looking after Jamie Campbell, that he could distance himself from it and go, actually, they were inspired by my story, but it's not my story, and he could step away from it if he wanted to. He's done completely the opposite and stepped right into our family and said, this really represents who I am and what my story was about.
Jonathan, Max, Lauren, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.